Happy Things in Sorrow Times. And from what you and I have talked about, it's a very different book to anything you've written in the past. Um, First of all, about the title. Did you have any trouble with that title with your publisher and your author, or are you very clear? You've always had very enigmatic and titles that are very evocative. Do you always make sure that you insist on the titles?
Well, this was a title I wrote at the time of, I think, 1986, was it, when the Afghan occupation?
79.
79.
Right.
In 1979, I wrote this title in a little notebook. And I don't know why I wrote it really, but I wrote it because with the Soviet occupation, and I wrote, it was a sad time because it was a happy time in my life right then, and I just felt very sad about what had happened because I was seeing the war. I was in England. So the title just came, and then I could never change it. A lot of people said it's wrong English. I'm not a master of English. I'm telling you a story, and this is how it's coming to me. So Happy Things in Sorrow Times. People said make it Sorrowful Times, or make it Sad Times. And what is this Happy Things? It may be happy moments, but nothing worked. It just stayed. It wouldn't go, and I didn't let them change it. So it's important. Also, I feel, okay, it's maybe not, the perfect English expression, but I relate to it, and I think all of us do, because there are happy things happening in sorrow times.
It's, I believe, a book written from the child's perspective.
Yes.
And it really deals with the trauma that war and conflict has on children. And perhaps you can tell us a little more about the book. You've taken 12 years to write it. That's a long time. And so you've lived with the ideas and the thoughts. You've also done something quite remarkable. You have illustrated the book.
So both my expressions have come, way of expression has come in this book. I illustrated it in Kandahar, in Turkham, in Chaman, with Idi Saab. When I was with him, I went in the refugee camps. And why is the book important? The book is important because I think after this whole period of my journey to freedom, I think I am now prepared to pick up the issue that is now closest to my heart, which is that I have been able to move from dealing with personal situations to other things that I did while I was fighting different situations, like we will talk about, I hope.
Thank you, Tehmina. That was extremely eloquently put, and you may keep insisting that you're not a master of the English language, but I doubt very much if most of us here could have expressed themselves as clearly as you have. Thank you so much for that. You've talked about your aspirations for world peace. You've given us some very thought-provoking ideas. I think we need to take them home with us, and all of us need to think about that. I have a question. I'm not sure if you're really prepared to answer this, but do you have political aspirations? I'm sorry, I may be putting you on the spot, but I was tempted to ask that when I heard you speaking just now.
I wanted to make the people, my interest is in the citizen, and the empowerment of the citizen, that if the citizen can feel empowered enough to be able to recognize that it is our unity that is important, that we can make government do anything we want, which is our right and which is correct for us. We have seen it in various cases, even just recently. That hunger strike was in 1993, and now we know that accountability is a household word. The process has begun. At that time, it was not even on any political party's manifesto, which is why I picked it up, because I like picking up things that nobody else has yet done. But after the hunger strike, I went to Idi Saab to write his book, which is why I'm answering this question in such a long-winded way, that I recognized that I could not be of any use in Islamabad. I didn't see myself being able to change something at that level. I could only become part of other people's ideas or directions, and I did not want to put up my hand behind any leader, because I had so many ideas of myself, so I couldn't join a political party. And now I feel so committed to all my readership, which belongs to all political parties. I cannot belong to one. I cannot just go and become, part of a political system in which I have some division from the people. I feel a connection with everybody, so no, there's no question of I do think one can't really ever say anything so certainly, but electoral politics, no. But what I am doing is part of politics. All the subjects that I'm talking about, all the things that I'm going to do in the future are going to influence politics. And that's what I think I'm more interested in doing, being an influencer.
Thank you. I would like to end on a different note. You are also apparently going to have, I've been told, that you're going to have another art exhibition very shortly. This one is not called Catharsis, it is called A Love Affair. And I hope it's a happier exhibition that you are putting together. I believe it's going to be in April, is that correct?
Yes, it's going to be, inshallah, by mid-April. And it is called A Love Affair, and the reason for it being called A Love Affair, I have a coffee table book with it, which will be printed at the same time. It was a love affair with art. It was a love affair with the paintings itself. I was having a love affair, I think. I think you can have a love affair with anything you're passionate about, it takes you, consumes you. So, yes, it was a love affair.
Right. Thank you. I think we've taken more time than we intended to. I'm sorry about this, but it was fascinating listening to Tehmina. I'm sure.
Thank you.